One of the world's commodities giant, Glencore, based in Switzerland, has extended a deal with Libya's state oil firm to be the sole marketer of 1/3 of the country's current crude oil production. It's not clear yet how long Glencore would continue to have exclusivity over the output and whether some parts of the deal will be renegotiated. The deal extends Glencore's dominance over rivals such as Vitol and Transfigura in handling barrels from the North African country for a second year running. Libya has struggled for years to end a crippling blockade of its oil ports amid a civil war and Islamic State intrusions. Between security fears and erratic supplies, refiners eventually stopped attempting to buy oil from the North African country. Remember, Libya was one of the 3 countries exempted from the OPEC's oil output haircut decided last November. Okay, moving down a little bit to Mali, where the country is forecasting 2017 GDP growth of 5.3% due to expectations of a strong grain and cotton harvest and gold production. Dear Karidia Dembele is the technical advisor at the Finance Ministry, and that's what he says over the weekend. He says this compares with an estimated GDP growth of 5.4% last year in the West African country north of Nigeria. Agricultural output will rise in 2017 due to subsidies and increased mechanization in Mali, while 2 gold mines should open this year. That's according to that minister. These are the Fekola mine, operated by a Canadian company, B2Gold, and Yamfolila mine, operated by British company Hummingbird Resources. Gold and cotton are the mainstays of Mali's economy and has long faced a separatist movement in the north and also battling a rise of Islamist militancy. And we move it down all over again to Ghana, where the country is expected to meet its 2017 targets on growth, fiscal deficit reduction, and its primary balance. But Accra intends to restore fiscal discipline and eliminate over-expenditure. The new government under Akufo-Addo says that it inherited debt from state-owned enterprises and government ministries of at least 7 billion cedis and a budget deficit close to double digits compared with the 2016 target of 5% of the GDP. Ghana, which exports cocoa, gold, and oil, is halfway through a 3-year, $980 million IMF program aimed at restoring fiscal balance and promoting growth. So, the gold output in Ghana has endured some years of decline caused by a combination of high production costs, lower global prices, and diminishing resources. Output fell 7% in the first 9 months of last year. Some major mines cut staff and suspended production, while small-scale traders and artisanal farm miners continued to dig deep despite economic challenges. But the slow supply of the precious metal has not spared their businesses either.
Animal carcasses littered the fields and stench of dead animals pervaded the air in Kenya's Marsabit County, the result of a prolonged period of drought which destructed forage for animals and made local population dependent on handouts to survive. Residents are losing their animals in thousands due to lack of pasture and water and are forced to travel tens of kilometers for the valuable resource. Kenya Red Cross has stepped in to try and mitigate the situation, but carrying out a cash transfer to a population of about 340,000 who are in dire need of aid. Kenya Red Cross Society's Secretary General Abbas Gullet says the organization is appealing for financial aid to a tune of 1 billion Kenyan shillings.
Our appeal has been for 1 billion shillings. Of the 1 billion, 75% of that is going on the whole issue of cash transfer, because we want to give people cash. This is including cash transfer and food vouchers. But we are talking about, in terms of animal destocking, maybe about 20% of the 1 billion, which would be 200 million to go into this.
Marsabit is the most affected county.
The governor of Marsabit, Ukuru Yatani, says Marsabit is the most affected county in terms of the challenges of drought.
We've lost quite a number of livestock, over 60%. The serious challenge of water. People are also starving. Most schools are closed. The challenges are beyond the capacity of the county government to manage at the moment.
The drought has seen prices of livestock drop as farmers compete to dispose them of before they are all dead. Marsabit has experienced 3 failed rainy seasons and categorized as in alarming stage of drought. Residents whose only wealth is animals are hoping the rains will come soon, but Meteorological Department is giving a grim picture, urging residents not to expect rain anytime soon.
So we move straight to East Africa, where France PSA Group, that's the maker of Peugeot, Citroën and DS cars, has signed a contract to start assembling 2 car models in Kenya. PSA, the Peugeot maker, which wants to reduce its dependence on European sales, will assemble the Peugeot 508 brand and 3008 models from kits of pre-assembled models with local partner Eurasia, its long-standing Kenyan importer and distributor. The venture will initially produce about 1,000 Peugeot vehicles in Kenya every year. The Peugeot brand previously assembled vehicles in the East African country between 1974 and 2002. Ghana's gold output has endured for some years of decline caused by a combination of high production costs, lower global prices and diminishing resources. Our output fell about 7% in the first 9 months of 2016. Now, some major mines have tried to work on that by cutting staff, suspending production, while small-scale traders and artisanal miners continue to dig deep despite economic challenges, but the low supply of the precious metal has not spared their businesses.
These workers are making gold rings and other accessories that will be sold at Asamoah and Abuake Venture Jewelry Shop in Ghana's second city, Kumasi. Traders here buy the gold from artisanal miners known as Galamsey, who supply the ore from makeshift miners in the country's gold-producing central region. Kwaku Boache, the shop's manager, has been in the business for the last 8 years. Most goldsmiths like him learned the trade as apprentices. Kwaku was trained by his uncle, who ran a similar business, but says he's not sure if the trade will be as profitable for those that come after him.
Since the market price have come down, those miners too loses much in their sites. Because the quantity of gold they used to produce for a day will definitely come down because the market price have come down. They too loses much. And during that time too, I will not get the raw material for my production.
Ghana saw sustained GDP growth of above 8% until 2013, helped by exports of gold, cocoa and oil, but then slumped because of lower global commodity prices and a fiscal crisis that forced it to secure an aid deal with the International Monetary Fund.
And from that business of gold in neighboring Ghana, close to Nigeria, we say thank you for watching Business Incorporated today's Monday. Do have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.